I wanted to add to our educational series ever so slightly because this fiasco showed up on my timeline as I was browsing around, and I thought it was a great opportunity to help keep people safe, as is my mission and vision here at CryptoTalkRadio.net. Because although I Leicester, I don't go to Telescam. I've said this on multiple occasions, and if you're new, I'll tell you I don't go to Telescam because it's what it is. But I know there's people out there that may listen to me that go to Telescam for one reason or another, which some of their projects, because the projects force you to go to Telescam just to learn anything about it. But I digress. Something came up and I wanted to share it because I think it's hilarious, and I also want to keep you safe. It's not the issue is not a laughing matter, but it's hilarious the way it was worded and some of the messages, and I felt compelled to share it. This is on Reddit on the R cryptocurrency. If you don't know Reddit vernacular, what happens is every Reddit forum starts with an R slash and then the word. So r/cryptocurrency is the forum that is named cryptocurrency. It's arguably one of the most toxic forums out in the known interwebs. Set that aside for a moment. What's happened is there's been kind of this shift away from the old mentality. So their toxicities just changed shape. It's still toxic like all crap, but it's changed shape. I want to warn you that some of these messages, although hilarious, will have some measure of swearing. And what I like to do is make sure to quote directly because I don't want to misquote how people are saying things. So user u/agree-refuse-69 says, quote, Telescam wallet is a custodial wallet that will freeze your funds with zero support. So let me give some definitions here. A custodial wallet, if you're new, a custodial wallet means that you are not in control of the cryptocurrency that's within it. Whoever organization is in control of the actual funds on your behalf, they are the custodian of your funds. A central exchange is a custodian of the funds that you load into them, not your keys, not your coins. So this Telescam wallet, apparently, I don't go there, so I don't know anything about it. I'm just reading. But apparently, they're presenting this as kind of a custodial wallet where they still maintain control, which means it's not really a wallet that you would control. It's like a hot wallet that they have control of. Well, let me go further. Quote, just an FYI to those who are super excited about Telescam introducing a wallet. Just like the scammers that populate Telescam, the wallet makers themselves seem to be scammers. The wallet is a centralized CEX-like offering, which can freeze your funds and disable the wallet for you whenever they feel like it. Their, quote, customer support is a joke. So now, instead of having your funds hacked by scammers on Telescam, you get your funds stolen and scanned directly by Telescam, thus cutting out the middleman. In some ways, they're worse than central exchanges. Central exchanges allow you to withdraw deposited funds when they disable trading. These clowns just straight up disable all access to the wallet. Be warned, any funds you put on the wallet can and will be stolen. Have a safe day. Risk report from AllArk. AllArk is an organization I'm not directly familiar with. It doesn't matter for this. Let's go down some of the responses here, though. User Berta Extract says, quote, not really sure why anyone would use Telescam for anything crypto anyways. Stop. Let me talk about Berta Extracts. The reason Berta extracts that people have to use Telescam is because many of these projects force you to go to Telescam because they don't want to act like a real business. That's why you have no choice, because I would argue the vast majority of them that are not part of the main coin set, these altcoins that are released and the ones that pump and dump like crazy, force you to go to Telescam just to understand what the F they're doing. User DeFi Cosmos says, quote, oh man, I was almost sure this would be a thing. User Jesus Knight says, quote, funds are not safe. User Layusifu says, quote, for those of you who still don't have access to Ton Space Wallet, go to da. So Ton, the reason I called this message out, Ton is a token that was released around Telescam itself. So it started climbing and got to the top 10. Nobody really knows why. It's similar to Internet Computer and some of these other ones that are obviously manipulated to pump significant pumps to get them up there, and then they're going to crap back down. So this is tied to it. This idea that they're getting into cryptocurrency feet first, where they're releasing this, this Ton token, taking people's money, and then they release this custodial wallet where they're going to further taking people's money. This is what's happening here. User Greedy Zebra 8526 says, quote, you have 2 years of knowledge, and I wonder why people still use shit like this. Anyway, sorry about your loss, but stay to the golden rule, not your wallet, not your coins. User Sutrus says, quote, the Telescam found a new way to scam people, give people a centralized wallet and just freeze them without any customer support. User Gung Gringo says, quote, when companies begin to hop on trends, 9 out of 10 is to scam or take advantage. It's not surprising in the slightest. The worst part about it is there's zero accountability and they'll never be held accountable for their actions. Stop. This person is absolutely correct. And this is the reason why I'm so adamantly against things like a Telescam, things like a TikTok, and so many others that are jumping on a trend of a thing as opposed to being innovators. People call TikTok innovative. TikTok's not innovative. Or do people forget about Vine? Okay. Telescam is not innovative. Telescam is nothing more than a UI visual version of what we used to have in ICQ way back in the days and IRC. These are not innovatives. What they're doing is they're essentially grifting in some forms, and they know that they can get away with it because nobody's going to call them out on it. That's what they're talking about. No accountability here. User Mr. Tack 96 says, quote, I will never use Telescam wallet. They blocked my Telescam account on the first day of creating it and still get no support. It's been a year. This is so. I can't tell you what to do with your money. If you're going to go in it, you have it. I don't know why anybody would go into something like this. And I'm going to give it to you from my perspective and my angle. There are very select few wallets that I support. I've been critical of MetaMask because they openly came out and said they'll violate your damn privacy, even though many of these cryptocurrencies out there do the same thing in terms of trying to violate privacies. So there's some of these projects that ask for all your personal information, which completely flies in the face of DeFi. MetaMask is even worse because they just said, yeah, we'll just collect all your data from this plugin to deep, and then nobody cares. And then a new crypto project spins up, and because of the way you develop it being tied to MetaMask, they don't add support for other wallets. There's actually a lot of other wallets out there, cold wallets, hot wallets, and so on. On the browser side or the basic plugin side, I would argue Trust Wallet is a decent wallet. It's not a great wallet. It's a decent wallet. It's had some issues. I would say its browser plugin is crap now. I've seen some issues with it, but its mobile wallet is probably okay. Atomic Wallet, I think very good of, but they had an issue. They had a breach very recently. As a wallet, I think it's fine. It's secure. It's safe. It's just they had a breach that was unrelated to the security of the wallet itself. But Atomic Wallet, I think is perfectly fine. Alpha Wallet, I think is pretty good. Coinbase Wallet, I'm told is improving. It's limited, but for somebody who's new, I think it's a very good cultivated experience for you to get in safely and try to understand what you're doing with it, And I've just said, don't keep your currency in a central exchange. However, there are some people out who say they're all about, central exchanges and margin trading, and they don't do spots and there's no reason to hold. And I 100% support that too. That's a viable trading strategy. Some people just trade it, and most of the wealthier people, that's how they play as well. I'm saying that if you're going to keep it in a wallet because of what you do or what you believe in, Telescam wallet would be the last thing I would ever advocate. And you'll never hear me support something like this because, again, I'm trying to keep people safe. Again, though, if it's what you want to get into, by all means, I can't tell you to do with your money. I am saying I wouldn't do it and I would never support it because I think it's garbage as put out there. The last one I'll call out before I wrap up. User Throwaway Hoper says, quote, fuck Telescam, fuck PayPal, and fuck their attempt to infiltrate the crypto community and turn into a centralized pay pig. Stop. So apparently this Telescam wallet, the reason I wanted to include this one is apparently this is somehow aligned with PayPal. PayPal, if you heard way back in some of my older episodes, I talked about the fact that PayPal was trying to get into cryptocurrency, trying to create a stable coin, and I said that PayPal is one of the worst offenders with respect to freezing of assets. This Telescam wallet, here's the thing. The whole freezing of assets completely flies in the face of DeFi. But also, why would you want to entrust your funds to a scammy, tool like Telescam in the first place? And then on top of that, entrust your cryptocurrency to a PayPal. I know the answer to the second one. It's because, I already have a PayPal account. It's so I got it. But they're going to happily freeze your assets whenever they feel like it. They will happily bow down to the United States government on freezing of assets. They'll happily freeze your assets if they don't like a transaction that you're doing. It's not going to end well. And so I'm going to recommend or advocate that you do not leave your currency in these types of tools if you got into them. I can't force you or change how you treat your money, I'm recommending, and it's simply a recommendation, a strong advocation, not only as a cryptocurrency auditor, but simply, again, I was in PayPal way back before it was PayPal. PayPal used to be X.com, believe it or not, when Elon Musk was there. PayPal used to be X.com. It used to be a bank. It was actually a bank. It was one of the first fintech banks out there. And it was awesome when it was X.com. When it turned into PayPal and Elon sold it, it turned to crap. They aligned with eBay, it turned into further crap, and they've never recovered. So then they fancy themselves as some kind of a middleman, authoritative figure around currency and fiat and now cryptocurrency. And so I'm simply advocating and recommending and suggesting that you do not get your money put in these, because it's not going, I don't think it's going to end well for you. But here's the thing. If you're in a Venmo, and I've been critical on Venmo, if you're in a Cash App, I've been critical on Cash App. I've been critical of all these different technology things where they can block your use of the money. That's the key. I am not a supporter of blocking your use of your money. I never will. Your bank can freeze your assets, but you are protected by FDIC if you're in the United States. It's a different thing. Wire transfers can be held up, but they'll contact you. They're actually talking on the phone. They're not forcing you to Telescam to talk it out. They'll talk to you on the phone and just confirm that you're not being scammed. It legitimately is trying to help protect your assets. And I'm not bank supporter, but there are certain banks I do think, are worth the support. Community banks and local banks and certain credit unions, etc. My point only is that I am a supporter of ACH. I would like to see FedNow refine ACH to nullify the need for wires. Wires will always be a thing because of international. But for domestics, I would like to see ACH get to the point where we can see money show up in the account minutes later on an ACH transaction, instead of, and not have to be subject to bankers' hours. I would love to have a 24-hour conduit to send money from bank to bank to bank. I currently have 4 banks, officially. 4 banks. I would love to be able to shift money between them, because one is for intake, one is for outgoing, one is for bills, and one is for emergencies. That's smart. Diversification, just like with my trading portfolio, just like with my crypto portfolio, I diversify. Don't put everything in one. I learned my lesson when I was a kid. So my messaging and the educational takeaway of this is, I am never going to be a fan of Telescam or support Telescam, and then learning that PayPal is aligned with it. You damn sure ain't going to hear any sort of advocacy from me about that, but be safe with this, man. I know that the projects are trying to force you to Telescam, and I said on another episode, they're all in together. They're all in together, and they're all trying to get, at some point, access to your money, whether that's via a rug pull that the project's doing or Telescam themselves trying to take your money. And I'm disheartened to see that people are jumping on that. I get it. 700 million users of the platform, the vast majority are international. And hopefully you're not in Telescam, but I know some people are. It just is what it is. So I figured I'd put a message out to hopefully keep you safe, so that you don't fall into the trap that I can foresee. Once again, it's your money. Do as you will with it.